Welcome back to The Explainer. It is week 8 of 2026, and wow, the AI landscape is shifting right under our feet. This week, we are unpacking some huge moves. A major talent grab by OpenAI, a search engine that could literally redefine speed, and we've got a sneak peek into Apple's super ambitious AI wearable strategy. Okay, let's get right into it.
So, to make sense of everything that's happening, we're going to break it down into 4 key themes. First, we'll look at the new foundation, the people, the rules, the stuff that's shaping the future. Then we'll see that giants unleash new power with their latest toys. After that, we'll dive into how AI tools get creative, which is always fun. And finally, we'll wrap up with the human-AI interface, where all this tech actually meets our real lives.
All right, let's kick things off with our first section, the new foundation. This is all about the foundational moves, the people, the speed, and the ethical battles that are defining the rules of the game as we speak.
First up, a huge talent grab by OpenAI. They've just hired Peter Steinberger, who's the brain behind that viral AI assistant OpenClaw. Now, what's really interesting here is that Steinberger decided to join OpenAI instead of, building his own company. And that speaks volumes, right? He basically said this is the fastest way to make a global impact. And the best news for the community? OpenClaw is going to stay open source, just with OpenAI's backing. Now let's talk about speed. I mean, ridiculous speed. The AI search startup Exa just dropped a new search tier that clocks in at under 200 milliseconds. To put that in perspective, that is faster than you can blink. And for AI agents, this is an absolute game changer.
So why is that number such a massive deal? Well, this chart really puts it in perspective. Exa Instant is more than 3 times faster than a regular Google search. But here's the key. This isn't for us humans looking up dinner recipes. This is for AI agents. Think about it. If an agent has to make, say, 50 search calls to get a job done, saving a few hundred milliseconds on each one shaves precious seconds, even minutes, off the total time. This kind of speed is what makes powerful, responsive AI systems actually possible.
And next, we're turning to this really high-stakes standoff that's brewing between Anthropic and the Pentagon. The whole conflict boils down to 2 totally opposing views. On one side, you have the Pentagon demanding to use AI for, and I quote, all lawful purposes. On the other side, you have Anthropic insisting on safety guardrails to prevent their tech from being used for things like spying or autonomous weapons. This isn't just a simple contract dispute. This is a battle that could really set the ethical boundaries for AI and warfare for years to come.
Okay, let's move into our second section, where we're going to see how the big players are building on this new foundation. It's time for Giants Unleash New Power. We're talking about some seriously powerful new models and hardware from the biggest names in the business.
So, first, Alibaba just dropped a new open-weight model called Qwen, and it is making some serious waves. Being open-weight means its inner workings are public, which is great for innovation. And as you can see, this thing is a beast. It uses a sparse mixture of experts architecture, which is a super efficient way to build a massive model. It's going toe-to-toe with proprietary models from OpenAI and Google, but here's the kicker. It's 60% cheaper than its own predecessor. This really points to a huge trend. It's not just about raw power anymore. It's about powerful efficiency.
And speaking of efficiency, Anthropic is right there with them with their new mid-tier model, Claude Sonnet 4.6. Check out these numbers. The performance is almost identical to their top-of-the-line Opus model, especially in coding, but it costs 1/5 of the price. And get this, it actually beats Opus in things like financial analysis and office tasks. This is a brilliant move to capture that massive emerging market for AI agents. The autonomous systems that do complex stuff for you. That market is about to explode. And now, let's talk about Apple. According to Bloomberg, they're hitting the accelerator on a whole new line of AI-powered wearables. It looks like a 3-pronged attack to give your AI assistant eyes and ears on the real world. First, smart glasses with cameras but no screen. Second, an AI pendant that acts as the eyes and ears for your iPhone. And third, camera-equipped AirPods to give your AI visual context. I mean, if they can actually pull this off, it could finally launch Apple right into the center of the AI universe. Okay, let's shift gears. We've seen the raw power. Now let's see how it's actually getting used in the real world. That brings us to our third section, AI tools get creative. This is where we see how AI is blending into professional and artistic workflows.
Okay, for any designers or developers watching, this one is a total game changer. Figma's new Code to Canvas feature lets you instantly turn AI-generated code for an interface into an editable Figma file. This creates this perfect seamless workflow where the AI does the heavy lifting on the prototype, and then human designers come in to add those crucial final touches. It's the perfect human-in-the-loop system, combining the speed of AI with the irreplaceable touch of human creativity.
Google's latest model, Gemini 3.1 Pro, is a major step up in both reasoning and just pure creative ability. It's way better at taking in complex information and explaining it, but it also has this cool new feature. It can create animated web-ready graphics called SVGs from just a simple text prompt. This just opens up a whole new world for creative coders and designers, and it's going to speed up their work like crazy.
And Google's creativity isn't just visual anymore. They've plugged their music generation model, Lyria 3, right into Gemini. So now you can give it a prompt just like this one, and it will whip up a custom 30-second music track, complete with lyrics and even cover art. This is the first time high-powered AI music creation is really in the hands of millions of everyday users. It's pretty wild.
So all of this brings us to our final and maybe our most important section, the human-AI interface. How is all this amazing tech actually changing the way we talk to each other, the way we work, and how we build our careers?
There's a company called Tavis that's working on some mind-bending new tech they call real-time human rendering. Now, let's be clear, this is not a deepfake. It's not a filter. It is an AI model that generates a human face from scratch, pixel by pixel, in real time, with the ability to show genuine emotional responses. Their latest version, Phoenix 4, can create these avatars with over 10 different emotional states, which lets them read the room and react just like a person would. This is a huge step towards getting past that uncanny valley. You know, that creepy feeling you get from avatars that are almost human, but not quite. The potential for this in fields like healthcare and education is just massive. Imagine having more empathetic AI to interact with.
Next up, a really strategic move in the ongoing conversation between AI and culture. OpenAI just hired Charles Porch, who was Meta's longtime celebrity partnerships chief. And his mission? To build a bridge to a very, very skeptical Hollywood. I mean, this is the guy who got all the A-listers onto Instagram. He has the reputation and the Rolodex to maybe, just maybe, start changing how the entertainment industry feels about generative AI.
And finally, let's look at AI in the corporate world, because this is a big one. The consulting giant Accenture is taking a really hard line on AI adoption. They are now literally tracking how often their senior employees use AI tools every single week and making that usage a visible input for who gets promoted. It's a direct shot at solving a huge problem. A lot of times, it's the most experienced staff who are most resistant to new AI tools.
And if you think they're just bluffing, well, this quote from their CEO, Julie Sweet, makes it pretty clear. She said right on an earnings call that the firm would exit staff who don't reskill for AI's rise. This isn't a friendly suggestion, it's a mandate.
Accenture's incredibly bold move really forces all of us to face a new reality. For so long, we've been debating which jobs AI is going to take away. But maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. As AI weaves itself into the very fabric of our jobs, the real question becomes this: is the greatest career risk no longer being replaced by AI, but simply failing to adapt to it? That's our final thought for the week. Thanks for joining us.